Thank you so much for staying with the CTV News. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource and Labor has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with USAID, sponsoring the National School Safety Program. Under this initiative, schools receive training in disaster preparedness and risk mitigation. Bernays Kodra is the school safety coordinator in the ministry.
Many public and private schools are constructed in congested areas and are exposed to numerous hazards, such as being situated near major roadways, airports, fuel stations, rivers, and the ocean, to name a few. This vulnerability is further compounded by non-compliance with or absence of building codes and lack of preparedness measures, which can have catastrophic effects in the event of an earthquake and other disasters. It is critical to plan before a disaster strikes. The education community should prepare itself to be self-sufficient, developing the capacity to protect and care for the school's population until outside help arrives in the event of a disaster. Hazards such as floods, earthquakes, fires, explosions can strike at any time with little or no warning. Therefore, principals, teachers, and other staff must know how to guide students safely through the crisis.
The school safety program was first piloted in Belize and adapted for St. Lucia by NEMO in 2006.
From 2006 to now, the Ministry of Education has benefited from the school safety program through the training of teachers, principals, education officers, and auxiliary staff in the school safety course, the shelter management course, training for instructors course, coordinating of evacuation drills, tsunami drills, and publication and distribution of a brochure, a parent guide to school safety. Through the support of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, through the Office of Foreign Disaster Assistance, OFDA, the school safety program at the Ministry of Education has been able to complete a draft school safety policy, St. Lucia being the first in the Eastern Caribbean, as well as the first to have a memorandum of understanding for the school safety program.
The ministry has been able to build a local capacity for instructors, and improvement in the level of safety at schools has also been realized. Senior advisor with USAID, Timothy Canahan, says this is important, especially in light of the Haiti earthquake some 5 years ago. More than 230,000 lives were lost.
In Haiti 5 years ago, it was a beautiful January morning that turned into afternoon, that turned into tragedy quickly. So from our standpoint, again, we do believe education is a key factor in disaster preparedness. We believe education institutions unite families, unite communities. And from the U.S. government side, we are committed to working with schools throughout the region. It's an honor to sign this MOU. But even beyond that, as Beryl can talk more later, a big focus of our office is also looking at universities. So not only the school safety program, which is a program we've had for a long time, and we're very, very excited to support that here in St. Lucia, but our commitment is also to universities throughout the region. How can we incorporate risk reduction into the university's curriculum?
The U.S. Ambassador to the Eastern Caribbean and Barbados, Dr. Larry Palmer, assured that the memorandum will be an action document that will help the government build resilience against disasters.
A combination of more intense and frequent storms, changes in precipitation patterns, and rising sea levels all threaten key sectors of the economy, including tourism, agriculture, fishing, as well as critical transportation infrastructure, valuable national and cultural assets, and especially lives, most importantly, lives and livelihoods. I'm sure many of you remember all too well, in October 2010, Hurricane Tomas swept past the island, killing 14 persons and displacing more than 1,000. In response, our government, the U.S. government, provided emergency relief funds and supplies, including water containers, blankets, plastic sheetings, hygiene kits, and many other things. I'm sure we all remember the Christmas Eve storm that brought torrential rains to St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Dominica just over a year ago, and was another terrifying example of the need for emergency preparedness from unforeseen natural disasters.
And Education Minister Dr. Robert Lewis, speaking to Monday's bus tragedy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, has implored the gatekeepers of the program to extend its reach to drivers who transport students.
For me, it just had me thinking about our bus drivers, the school bus drivers who take our children to and from school, and I hope they're part of the program because they're part of the whole idea of school safety. Because even if it hasn't happened on the compound, but the child between home and school, it's the responsibility of the Ministry of Education as long as that child has left his or her home to ensure that this child gets back safely. So
The Memorandum of Understanding was signed at the Ministry of Education.